Ein Bild. Security? What? QFI. Cool.
I'm leaving now.
Lucy, my sweet.
I cleaned out the tiger cage and sorted all the meal bins. So, if it's all right, it's my turn to fix dinner.
Haven't you forgotten something, little one? Just one little thing.
Mr. Runcer, please.
It's been a very long day.
I don't want to.
Now, Lucy, I thought we'd settled this last week. Don't let's forget who pays your salary. We're closed. Come back tomorrow. Wait, I haven't finished with you. I told you we're closed.
We're not here to buy, little man. We've come to sell.
You can't possibly have anything to interest me. These are extremely rare animals of the highest quality.
What a coincidence. So am I. That is the price for humility.
Oh, please, don't.
And what else might we interest you in today, sir? Perhaps some virtue?
Not my animals, please. I'm begging you.
But what of honor, little man? At what price? Honor.
Oh my God, no! That tiger is the rarest specimen ever seen.
Tiger, tiger, burning bright. The forest of the night.
VR 61661, report to precinct headquarters, code 3. Repeat, code 3.
I was just finishing up my 12 out on patrol when I got the call. Welcome relief, considering that the most action I'd seen all night was a schizoid grandmother doing the shimmy in her underwear in the second sector.
VR 61661, report to division headquarters, code 3. Repeat, code 3.
last time I had a 3 was when some hooker vomited Thunderbird on Bryant's desk, and yours truly led the cleanup crew. Year and a half on the job, it was still the dirtiest work I'd seen. Where's Captain Bryant?
Took a sick day. Got himself a heinous case of ptomaine poisoning. He asked me personally to run the unit in his absence.
Gouza was one of the old-time guys who took their knocks in the streets. He had a friendly way about him, but you didn't want to turn your back on him if you were less than a friend.
Hope you've been enjoying your leisure time, kid, because it's time to take that thumb out of your ass.
Hallelujah.
Don't get too excited. The other Blade Runners are all jammed up. Holden's sucking dinner through a straw. Gaff's working the Tyrell break-in, and Steele's working special undercover. Looks like you got this one by default.
You really know how to make a girl feel wanted.
Animal murder done at Runciter Zoological. Probably just be a schizoid glitz, but we got the call. Old man Runciter lost something like 1 billion chinyans worth.
10 to 1, this ain't a job for Rep Detect.
You got something better to do? Perfect your French cooking, maybe?
Slumming tonight, Slim?
I thought you were on special assignment.
Wasn't too damn special after I had the suckers out.
What happened?
Couple of 4s were masquerading as fibroplast insulators down at Kaiser. I dressed up like a nurse, they never had a chance.
I'll bet. You put him on the machine?
Hell no! There's a beautiful little thing in here called the Magic, and it ain't ever been wrong. You develop it, you got a brilliant career ahead of you.
I'm working on it.
What's Gouza got you doing tonight?
AM at Runciter's.
Animal murder. Oh, those skin jobs got no respect for anything that truly lives and breathes. And that goddamn Eldon Tyrell ought to be zipped into a body bag and flushed into deep space.
Get rid of him, we'd be out of a job.
I think we're all overdue for a little off-world paid vacation. You can stop staring at my ass now.
You got eyes in the back of your head?
Komplett desynced.
All you gotta do is ask, Slim.
Animal sales was a profitable and prestigious business since most real animals had died out after the Terran War. There were plenty of electric ones, though, powered by rechargeable batteries. No self-respecting human would own one of those frauds.
Ah, das sieht ja genauso aus. Okay.
Xin hỏi cái chỗ cảnh sát ở đâu ạ?
Ja, whatever.
Tôi rất mong anh đang làm nhanh đi. Ông đó đang
Gut, kann man die ganz direkt sehen?
cái đồ ăn ở đó rất là ngon. Xin hỏi cái chỗ cảnh sát ở đâu ạ?
Scratches and paint flecks, and I knew what they meant. Unless the city had bought a jet black fire truck, somebody had a big fat traffic ticket coming. Nothing even remotely interesting, but hell, if I was going to root through trash, my expectations weren't too high.
Cái đồ ăn ở đó rất là ngon.
I already checked for a crowbar, some kind of tool. No luck, but it looks like we've got some latents.
Make sure the lab boys run them through the mainframe, human and rep. Canvass the area. Maybe somebody had his eyes open.
I'm on it.
Judging from the distance between the prints, I was looking for two very big men. One dragged his right foot, indicating a possible injury or lameness. The other appeared a lot more controlled, graceful even. Quite a pair. Big caliber, possibly off-world combat weaponry. Ballistics might give me a fix on it. McCoy, LPD.
I'm absolutely certain Lucy Devlin was involved in this heinous act. She's the young girl who works for me.
She's responsible for all this mayhem?
No, of course not. It was two men acting in concert with her, obviously.
Obviously. What'd they look like?
Big and scary and absolutely malevolent.
Can you think of anything they might have been after?
First, I thought they wanted money, but I don't keep any in the shop. Then I thought they wanted to steal my animals, but they started executing them.
Could they have been replicants?
Who else would be capable of such barbaric acts?
You ever do any business with the replicant manufacturers, Tyrell Corporation?
I resent that accusation.
Just wondering.
Officer, last May I personally sold Governor Colvig an exquisite Bergeron coat. I have been a guest at his house on 3 separate occasions. Do I look like I need to carry artificial product? I'm ruined, totally ruined.
You got any discs from that camera?
It's irrelevant. Those murderers also destroyed the camera. Thousands of Jinyens worth.
Maybe it photographed them before they shot it out.
I guess you've got a point at that. I believe this is the disc from last night.
Peachy. Tell me about this Lucy.
There's not a lot I can tell you. She's only worked for me for about a month. She's about 14 years old.
How'd you find her?
She came to me with a reference from Ogilvy's in the Northwest Zone. And he's a very reputable wholesaler.
You treat her well?
As well as any young tot should be treated.
She got a desk? Or someplace where she worked?
She used to eat over there.
Well, isn't that cute? A candy bar. Yuck. A toy dog.
Inventar? Tab?
31 Sector 3, LA. LA, South Unit 2. LA 38 advised on the 1098 from the scene.
Wow, ist das umständlich.
I already checked for a crowbar, some kind of tool. No luck, but it looks like we've got some latents.
Big caliber,
Was
possibly
ist
off.
laut?
I'm McCoy, LPD Rep Detect Unit. Big.
I'm abs.
Big ca-
Gut. Besser.
Howie Lee's in Chinatown. I'd eaten there myself.
31 Sector 3 LA.
See if you can dig up that reference from Ogilvy's.
Yes, it's somewhere here. Just a moment.
31 Metro 3 LA copy. 297.
Here you are.
Stick around. I may not be finished with you.
My precious one. She was my baby.
Judging from the distance between the prints, I was looking for two very big men. Judging from the distance between the prints, Howie Lee's in Chinatown. I'd eaten there myself. Scratches and paint flecks, and I knew what they meant.
She came to me with a reference from Ogilvy's in the Northwest Zone, and he's a very reputable wholesaler.
Judging from the distance between big caliber, possibly off-world combat weaponry. Ballistics might give me a fix on it.
I already checked for a crowbar, some kind of tool. No luck, but it looks like we've got some latents.
There's not a lot I can tell you. She's only worked for me for about a month. She's about 14 years old with pink hair. A very attractive young thing.
It didn't add up. Animal murders, the lack of any theft, the small animals alone were worth a good chunk of change on the street. It seemed more like an act of vengeance. What do you know?
About 30 counts of animal murder and one of aggravated assault.
Find anything else out here?
This woman says she saw that kid who worked for Runciter hanging around with a big fat guy last week.
Find anything else out here?
This guy looked out his window and saw a black sedan speeding away.
Find anything else?
Zilcho. Row actions inside. Abstract art. All over the walls and ceiling.
I never did appreciate art. Find anything?
Zilcho.
Canvas the area.
I'm on it.
Canvas.
I'm on.
Find anything?
Zilch.
Tôi rất mong á, anh Loan nào
Anh sao là
nhanh.
được một quần lớn? بعدين ما بتطلع.
وهي بقى fucking I'm sure pizza.
Lockup.
Are they letting me out?
I'm not the one who makes that decision.
I suppose it's my turn to bear the cross for the cause.
What do you know?
Zero that would interest you, Detective.
Hey, pal. Bryant go on permanent leave and you get full use of the office, Lieutenant?
You know the procedure. Dump it all in the mainframe upstairs and I'll read it later.
You got it.
Jo, der läuft ja immer schneller.
Violent street crime in the city rose again last year by a whopping 26%, according to the latest figures from the Department of Justice. Governor Kolvig attributed the change to the dramatic increase in the number of specials registered as city residents and promised a tough new set of standards for the City Immigration Bureau by next month.
Lucky Strikes. Crystal's brand. I knew she was spending a lot of time in the training maze these days, even though she'd already gotten close to a perfect score.
Scanning video disk. 2 enhanceable images found. Adding enhanceable photographs to Kaya database. Run sitter crime scene. Run sitter crime scene.
He looks familiar. Give me a hard copy of that.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
Well, if it ain't Ray McCoy. Bryant finally letting you play with the big boys.
My clearance come through?
You bet. You bring your piece?
Don't leave home without it.
Steele's been running the maze every other day for 2 weeks, and the targets are getting a little roughed up.
I thought Guzzo was gonna requisition some new ones.
I ain't seen him down here in a month. Guess he's been busy.
Poor guy. I bet he gets all tuckered out from pushing those papers around.
And don't sell him short, McCoy. Guzzo could be one tough hombre. I remember when we worked mice together. He poured acetone on 2 pimps that gave us some lip and lit a match. I'll tell you, it looked like the goddamn 4th of July out there.
Peachy. You keeping busy?
Nah, the place has been pretty quiet the last couple of days.
Hit the lock, Jack.
I guess there ain't no harm in it.
Target and shoot all threats. Do not shoot innocents. Confirm target as hostile before shooting.
What? What?
Completed sequence. Proceed to next station.
What?
Completed sequence. Proceed.
She's an instant. Bestimmt an mein 400 FPS. Ups. Alter.
Completed sequence. Proceed to next station.
Junge, 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 Junge. Junge. Was ist das denn? Jo, der geht nicht down.
Completed all sequences. Proceed to...
Whatever.
You keeping busy, pal?
Nah, the place is...
Fast. Schade.
Mainframe and shooting range.
Got anything new for me, Dino?
I was wondering when you'd show your mug around here, McCoy. The shell casings from Runciter should be in the Museum of Military History.
How's that?
They're from an Ender rifle. It's standard issue off-world military hardware. Heavy caliber. That puppy can punch right through a tank.
What can I conclude from that?
Whoever used this piece didn't just walk into their local sporting goods store and buy it. Those babies are collectibles, and they ain't cheap.
Anything else?
We got the animal corpses from Runciter's, but there wasn't a whole lot to work with.
Bone marrow?
About 50% were real, the rest were fakes.
So, Runciter was ripping his customers off.
State-of-the-art fakes. Miles beyond the crap you see on Anamoid Row.
The kind that comes from legit manufacturers?
They're the ones that usually produce the quality.
What about the wound?
Most of them were shot point blank, but we're looking at some others. Sloppy cuts with a knife, like...
Butcher knife?
Could be, but who cuts meat anymore?
Nice bunch of reps I'm tailing. Hope you're not pulling a meat cleaver out of my back next week. Anything else?
That black paint you found on the fire hydrant? It's from a ground car.
You sure?
The angle of impact was almost head-on, and there ain't too many spinning drivers klutzy enough to smack a street-level hydrant in VTOL mode.
I heard your wife got her license back.
You're a real funny guy, McCoy.
Anything else?
Zip, man.
Laboratory. Roof.
Real sushi was a luxury reserved only for the elite, since most sea life had become radioactive after the Third Terran War. The rest of us had to eat new sushi, soya mixed with off-world lichen. McCoy, LPD. I want to ask you a couple of questions.
Sorry, my man. I just don't got the time.
Got to mix more out back.
You're a pretty smart-looking cat. Want to make some money?
Pay me large, you got my rapt attention.
Depends on how much the information's worth.
Unfortunately, my man, I got a book. Dynamite dining, old man. Catch you later.
Beautiful night, isn't it?
When business thriving, night always beautiful.
How long has that chef worked for you?
Zuben? Just month. Superior chef makes all kinds of new sushi.
This from your place, isn't it?
Could be. Chopstick come from Yoshi's restaurant supply.
What's real fresh tonight?
Special shipment of Toro just arrived. I fix you right up. No one else. Clean as a whistle.
You're Prince, Howie. See you later, Howie. Howie says you're a master chef.
You not come back here. Air bad.
This'll only take a minute. I'm looking for a girl, about 14 years old with pink hair. You seen her?
I don't know her.
There's a test I'd like you to take. It won't take too long.
Test? What kind of test?
Kind of a personality test. Totally routine.
Routine? Ah.
Toxic.
A big guy run past here?
Hey, maybe spare some chinion?
Sorry, pal. All I got are hundreds.
Hey, that'd work.
Totally uninteresting. Totally uninteresting. Yuck. Locked.
What?
Locked. Locked.
Nochmal zurück.
Hey, big guy.
Busy. No time for talk. McCoy, itazura suru na. You want something, you talk to me.
Sorry, Howie.
Got to mix more.
Ah, nee, ich kann da nicht hintergehen. Schade.
Nothing even remotely interesting, but hell, if I was going to root through trash, my expectations weren't too high.
Gelootet.
See you later, Howie. Hallo?
Rumor has it you've been earning your stripes, McCoy.
Working on it.
Keep it up. You just might have a future in this business.
I understand it's got a hell of a retirement plan.
You VK the mark before retirement?
Didn't have to.
That's why they call it the magic.
I'm starting to understand.
You ever retire a human, your career is over. Remember that. I checked with UN Air. Looks your rep swung that Moonbus massacre last month.
They ever find the moon bus?
Disappeared into thin air. Brian thinks it crashed out in the Kipple.
How many reps we talking about?
Enough. They're Nexus 6s, so don't take too much slack.
Gotcha. Yuck. Yuck.
Your floor number, please.
Apartments. Ground floor. Roof. Ground floor.
Your floor number, please.
McCoy, 88F.
88. Thank you.
I lived with the best gal I'd ever seen. She was 2 now and full of life and love. She'd cost me about a year's salary, but she was worth it. It was good to have someone warm nearby after completing a dirty job, and the retirement swag from this case would go toward getting her a partner. Maggie, come here, girl.
Run sitter, crime scene.
A sushi menu from Howie Lee's. Give me a hard copy of that.
Run sitter, crime scene.
Local license plate. Give me a hard copy of that. Here you go, baby. Dinner time. Here you go, baby. Dinner time. Zubin was the first Nexus 6 I'd come up against. There was something in his eyes, an almost primordial desire to live. Most of the 3s, 4s, and 5s I'd seen would just give up when you had them. But these 6s, they were a whole other breed. No messages. I'm in demand.
Violent street crime in the city rose again last year by a whopping 26%, according to the latest figures from the Department of Justice. Governor Kolvig attributed the change to the dramatic increase in the number of specials registered as city residents and promised a tough new set of standards for the City Immigration Bureau by next month.
Portrait of the sleep-deprived.
Oh, yes, right. Hold on.
Is this what the gravity be like on Mars?
Oh, no. It's about a third of what we got here on Terra. Real comfy. How about turning that dial, okay? When I say... Oh!
Please, can you control your rat?
I'll have you know that Ricky's a purebred chihuahua, and he's totally real.
Things going good at Tyrell Corporation?
Boring, boring. Old man Tyrell's been on a Wagner kick lately. He never shuts up.
You also do outside work?
Sweetie, I never go outside. It's bad for the glands.
How about Nexus 6? You know a lot about them?
I think you should be going now.
Understand good, it holds deep meaning for me now. Where be your research on Nexus 6? And your test studies, contacts, and works?
Only simulator extraterrestrial gravity.
One more minute, you be swallowing this explosive. 3 more minutes, they be hosing you off the True Life building across town.
No, I swear. I don't have anything. If I did, I'd give it to you.
My people sick and dying. You tell me something.
Talk to Dr. Tyrell.
Tell me something I don't know.
The organ designers, Miraji, Hannibal Chu, Luther and Lance. They're closer to him than I am.
Where?
DNA Row. They're all working down on DNA Row.
You one miserable package man.
No! No, please, don't!
Pick up.
Hope you aren't camped out there with a bottle of tequila.
Oh, very funny.
Early bird slays the worm, McCoy.
Don't worry, I'm up, Lieutenant. What's the buzz?
One of Tyrell's employees got his fat face splattered all over the marble interior of the Tyrell building.
Inside?
That's right. But we also got a sweet little break on it. Tyrell's surveillance system recorded the whole shebang.
Beautiful. How many perps?
Just one. I don't know if it's related to the Runciter deal or not. Tyrell security will have the disc for you when you get there. You'll be good, killer.
Maggie, come here, girl.
Your floor number, please.
Excuse me, pal. McCoy, LPD.
Just a minute.
Where do I go?
Grub test on the east wing, 66th floor. Here's the footage from the security cameras. You get a pretty good look at the man's face.
How'd he get past you guys?
He pretended to be a delivery man. Dr. Eisenduller ordered in a lot, so it didn't seem unusual.
I may have more questions for you later on.
Yes, sir.
One more thing.
I've told you everything I know, Detective. I gotta work. These monitors don't watch themselves.
Yeah, it's a tough gig. The earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't know much about jewelry, but it looked like junk to me, like the cheap crap sold at the stands and shops of Anemoid Row. Someone had tried to access a bunch of protected files on the Tyrell network and failed, not just once, but a dozen times. Tyrell engineers might forget their passwords, but what would the GravLab boys need with replicant DNA sequences and incept dates? Jesus.
I've seen worse, but not by much.
Learn anything?
You could strain him through a sieve.
A takeout box from Kingston Kitchens. The dog collar has a name on it. Ricky, maybe? I'd seen more dead animals than live ones in the last 24 hours, and now it was dogs. 3 of them. I thought about Maggie and nearly threw up. I'd seen more dead animals than live ones in the last, and now it was dogs. I thought about... Obviously, he'd been killed with an explosive, and not just because he'd been plastered on the wall with 1,000 strokes. The detonator wire I pulled out of his skull told the whole story, but I wondered why the killer didn't just shoot him. This earring yours?
Maybe it belonged to that other cop who was up here. The babe with the shades and the cigarettes.
Ain't her style. Call her babe to her face, you're liable to end up with a severe limp. You spot anything you think I ought to know about, tell me.
Absolutely.
You spot anything you think I ought to...
Absolutely.
Disgusting.
Lagging behind again?
Gouza didn't say anything about me working with a partner.
Oh, in a pig's ass, Slim. No, I'm following up on my own. Could be it's linked to this Tyrell debacle.
You take a look at this crime scene?
Yeah, it's a real doozy, Slim. Worse than watching Gouza eat. Make sure you skip a meal before you go up.
You friendly with Eisenduller?
Most of the employees I see coming in morning and night, but old Marcus, Dr. Eisenduller, he almost never left his lab.
He afraid of somebody?
I think it had something to do with the air outside, and the germs. I once heard him complain about it.
Smart. What was his job?
Grub test chief engineer. The lab runs tests to see how a replicant would perform in different planetary gravitational fields. That kind of thing. One of the other engineers could tell you more.
You know if anyone lost an earring like this one lately?
Not one of the employees, that's for sure. The boss enforces a strict dress code around here.
How did Eisendoller's moo-moo fit in?
Hey, you know, company rules only apply to the lesser mortals.
How do I get in to see the big boss?
You don't, unless he wants to see you.
Okay. How do I make him want to see me?
Well, you could call his personal assistant.
Who is?
Don't know, offhand.
Yeah, I get the picture. You know anything about Tyrell's computer system?
Security's tight as a drum, if that's what you're asking.
Somebody tried to access restricted data from the terminal in Dr. Eisendoller's office.
But they couldn't get in.
Yeah. Looks like Dr. Tyrell keeps his files safer than he keeps his employees. I may have more questions for you later on.
Yes, sir.
I need to ask you... You know who deals in insects down here?
You don't want insects? They're no good companion. But fish. Fish are good. I have every kind of fish for you. Blowfish, dorado, miniature sailfish. Very friendly.
No, thanks. I got a dog at home.
Fish just as good as dog.
No, my dog is real.
Real? Oh, you must make lots of money.
Let's get back to insects. Official LPD business.
Ah. Down at end of Animal Row, you see big green sign? You try there. Good luck with dog, friend. Hope he stays healthy.
She. Does this badge mean anything to you?
2 minutes. That's how much time I give every stranger that wanders in here off the street.
Sell a lot of stuff that way?
I don't encourage browsers. What impresses me are people who know what they want and are not afraid to pay for it.
What's the most expensive thing you got in here?
Value is a relative notion. What's significant to you might be meaningless to me.
And vice versa.
Everything here is guaranteed. The finest, most authentic anyone can get.
I got a couple of questions for you, Captain.
First one's on the house. The rest you pay for. You want chit-chat, you hire a hooker. This ain't no social club.
Pour me one.
Just one?
One, but one good one.
Step up, step up. Mama Isabella cooked you something special. Put a glow in your cheek.
McCoy, LPD. Mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Questions? They always need answers.
You send a lot of deliveries over to Marcus Eisendoller at the Tyrell building?
Eisendoller. Oh, Eisendoller, yeah. Let me tell you, that man can't eat.
Send anything over lately?
No, sir. No deliveries to him no more. Not since last month. He be way behind on his bill.
Not for a month, eh?
At least. No more till him pay up.
You may have a little trouble collecting. He's dead. That stew's looking tasty.
Fix you right up. Only 30 chinion. It put a spring in your step, ma.
Might I interest you in a snake, noble one?
Not today, thanks. You know anything about it?
I regret that I do not, noble one.
You do what?
Artificial ones, of course. The safeguards in the design of my snakes would not allow them to swallow a real insect.
I assume that this insect is already extinct.
They all died after the war.
So the fakes must be pretty expensive.
If bought in bulk, the price is acceptable. They do not... Have you ever seen such craftsmanship?
Right now, I'm more interested in the insect.
Perhaps you should ask the Peruvian woman next door. She's an expert on such things and will cut a wonderful deal to friends.
What?
Careful, senor. You're poison.
Scorpions?
See? Finest quality. Perhaps you purchased one?
I don't think so. They're beautiful, though. I've never seen one before.
Oh, that'd be true, senor.
This your work?
Ah, dragon.
Dragon?
See? Anosoptera. Dragonfly, late of the American South Swampland.
You sell jewelry with dragonflies?
Item like that, very special significance. Very rare, senor. Estate item, and most likely part of large collection. Person must have plenteous money to obtain a collection.
More than I can afford.
You try Hawker's Circle. Might want to trade for this. With luck, you may find.
If this is from a collection, I'm also looking for the other pieces.
I make you a deal. I found out where to get dragonfly jewelry. Then you buy a piece, right? For special lady friend? You come back later.
I'll do that.
You take care, chasing the dragon. Handsome man like you has lady friend, of course.
All my girl cares about is food and love.
Oh, how romantic.
Maggie.
Maggie. Ah, Maggie, senor. It's perfect, is it not?
I'm a little strapped for...
Too bad for you, Maggie.
I don't think she loves me.
You hold on to her like life itself, see? And one like that is rare these days.
Don't I know it?
Oh.
That a 45 blaster under your coat, or you just happy to be here?
You got good eyes.
They ought to be. They're the only organs of mine that survived the Phobos Wars intact.
Ray McCoy, Rep Detect.
Blade Runner, huh? Hey, put that away!
I'm gonna put something away, but it ain't gonna be my gun. I'd crossed the line. Bob was a psychopath, but I was almost sure he wasn't a replicant. I didn't have a lot of time, and my options were pretty lousy. Stay and face the music, or take off and hope I didn't get caught. I'd crossed the line. Bob was a psychopath, but I was... Jesus.
How come I never heard of you?
I just got assigned.
Yeah, I'm kind of buddies with Davey Holden. How's he doing?
Word is he's gonna be okay.
That skin job must have been pretty damn quick getting by Davey like that. He's the best in the business.
He'll be back on the job soon. Jesus. Jesus. You got any decent ammo for my piece?
You mean the good stuff? 'Cause I know them police issue spitballs just don't cut it.
Not these days.
Yeah, I know how it is. If you want to drop a skin job, you need a little extra oomph. I got a few clips around here somewhere, if you got the chin yen for it.
Okay, let's have it. You sell any off-world stuff? Like Ender rifles?
Nah, I ain't seen anything like that in years. Wish I had one, though. The Endo was a real workhorse. Good stopping power, decent rate of fire. You looking? Gonna cost you a bundle, I'm afraid.
Not really. Somebody shot up Runsiter's shop with one.
Sucker had it coming. I'm sure of that.
Why's that?
Runsit is always putting on those airs like he's better than everybody else. But he'll do anything for a buck. Sell anything to anybody. That's where I draw the line. If it's suspicious, it's out of here. Got no place at Bullet Bob's.
You know anyone who might sell Ender rifles?
There's one other guy around here who dips into that stuff. Got a pawn shop down the street. Goes by the name of Ezo. But who knows what the real title is.
Ezo, huh? Sounds like you don't like him.
Ezo's okay. He's run the green pawn for a while. We're friendly competitors, I guess. But I don't appreciate his politics.
Yeah?
Rumors, that's all they are. I was out there, Ray. I did my time. 3.5 years worth. And I can tell you, Rep's got no business being down here on Earth, okay?
Yeah. Earth don't deserve him.
Tell me about it. We got standards to uphold down here.
Thanks for your time. Thanks for your time.
Neue Ammo oder was?
Hey, put that...
I'm gonna put...
Little boys shouldn't play...
Das 24? Oh, das ist die Ammo. Und...
Let me tell you what I want, and maybe I'll impress you.
All my paperwork is in order.
Doesn't matter. I don't read anyhow. What's your name?
Ezo.
You move a lot of valuable goods through here? Valuable and exotic?
How exotic?
We're talking exceptionally fine jewelry in the shape of a dragonfly.
Ah, they were so majestic. I remember them from my childhood. And that was the last time I've seen them.
It's very important that I find out about this. Can you help me?
If I see something, and you can match whatever my collectors will pay, it's all yours.
Thanks a million. How about off-world assault weapons? You got anything that's a match for these?
I don't deal in anything from the off-world. Much too hard to authenticate.
A man of your expertise could probably tell, though.
I don't even like to have them in here. My friend Shoshana Yuri picked up the Eos plague from some gunner's space helmet. He was vomiting blood for days.
I'm looking for some jewelry in the shape of a...
You're 2 minutes up.
Laboratory. Mainframe and shooting range. Ground floor.
The Tyrell Corporation today recalled the last 4 functioning entertainment model Nexus 5 replicants from off-world service. Dr. Eldon Tyrell, speaking at a shareholders meeting, denied allegations that the model was defective and possibly dangerous.
The simple fact is that the model wasn't performing its designated function. There was one isolated incident of violence a couple of years ago, but the individual unit in question was immediately retired from service. No, the problem is far from anything sinister. The entertainment model just isn't funny.
Uploading personal clue database. Down. Clue. Scanning video disk. One enhanceable image found. Adding enhanceable photographs to Kaya. Tyrell Grav Test Lab.
The dog collar has a name on it. Ricky, maybe?
Give me a hard copy of that. The earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't know much about jewelry, but it looked like junk to me, like the cheap crap sold at the stands and shops of Animoid Row. Give me a hard copy of that.
A takeout box from Kingston Kitchens.
Give me a hard copy of that.
Roof.
This guy work for you?
No, but I wish he do. He be one fine-looking man.
You sure? Never seen him before.
I'd remembered him for sure.
Thanks for your time.
Tôi rất mong á, anh Lan nào nhanh. Ông đó đang...
You hear anything yet about that dragonfly jewelry?
No, senor. If you come back later.
I need to ask you...
Certainly the LPD must have better things to do than to question a humble merchant over and over again about the same thing. Why aren't you out arresting criminals like that disreputable Bob fellow?
Bob?
He owns the armament shop up the street. He takes peculiar pleasure in agitating all the vendors around here. I cannot even go out for a Shisco without worrying whether Bob is going to sabotage my snakes.
Thanks for your time.
I heard of you.
Is that right?
You ain't done much.
I just got a sign.
Guys like you.
Meaning what?
It ain't like you're a real Blade Runner. Not like Steel or Gaff.
They get hurt sometimes, too. It's a dangerous business. How'd you feel about taking a little test?
You mean the Voight Kampf? You come into my shop and you want to VK me?
Relax, I just...
It's funny. You thinking I'm a rep. Set up the test. We'll see what...
Hey, wollte ich gar nicht. What? Was ich machen? Ja.
Reaction time is a factor in this, so please pay attention. Where do you live?
Downtown, 4th sector. Hey, this is great. Should I be sitting any special way?
Just relax. You notice someone attractive across the room.
In your dreams, pretty boy.
A teacher calls you stupid in front of the rest of the class.
Yeah, I remember that. Bitch.
You see an oversized book with pictures of exotic animals on the cover. The title is Big Game Hunting in Zaire.
I'd burn the book.
Let me finish. Curious, you flip it open. There's a picture of a man standing with his foot on a dead Cape buffalo. You find yourself fascinated. You keep paging through it, seeing picture after picture of animals laid to waste, each more gruesome than the last.
So this is how this test goes, huh? You asking me sick questions.
It's designed to provoke you.
Is that right?
You're crying. Why is that?
What kind of candy-ass question is that?
It's meant to provoke a reaction.
Reaction, huh? Well, I ain't crying. Next question.
You return from work to find that your home has been burglarized.
The son of a bitch who robs me is dead. Kablam! No fooling around.
And after, you feel...
Good. Real good.
Positive result. Subject is human. Test terminated.
So that's it?
Yeah?
Since you didn't shoot me, I must have registered okay.
Yeah, it was touch and go there for a while.
Well, you know, I think about skin jobs all the time. Try to get into their heads. Maybe that's what the deal is.
I hear you've been waving guns around on Anemoid Row.
Who's been telling you that crap? That lying Egyptian snake oil salesman?
Hassan?
That's the one. I should have popped him when I had the chance. You want to know what really happened? I wanted to get my daughter a present for her birthday, right? I bought an iguana from that crook Hassan. And the damn thing ran out of juice just 2 days after I plucked down a shitload of chinyen. Son of a bitch wouldn't give me a refund. So I threatened to burn down his shop.
Sometimes you just gotta be philosophical about these things.
That's exactly what my wife says.
Thanks for your time. Pour me one. Ever consort with a group called CARS? C-A-R-S?
Cars. What is that?
Citizens Against Replicant Slavery.
I don't have time for such pursuits.
How about Spencer Gregorian?
The same goes for him, whoever he is.
Funny, because he described you to a T. Even down to that stupid little ponytail you got.
It's called a trauma.
What would you say if I told you Gregorian named you as one of the people who was there when the Tyrell building blew up?
There's a mistake somewhere along the chain of communication.
So, you're denying all involvement?
I won't lie to you, Detective. There was a time in my life when I might have been involved with such an organization. I actually cared. But now, all I care about is my business. I am nothing but a humble salesman. Perhaps I can interest you in this camera. 100 years ago, it was a cherished item. Whole families sat for portraits.
I've seen plenty of photographs in my time.
Have you ever seen this?
Hauptsache die gun is ready.
Locked. There were off-world rifles here and more. Grenades, explosives, modern rifles, even some police-issue restricted weaponry. Ezo wasn't some small-time fence, but a big-time arms dealer. The exact arms that renegade replicants would be looking for to survive in the big city. Nothing else there.
I am not about to have all my hard work obliterated just because you stumbled into my shop, Detective. Westerners need guns and hardware. All I need is will.
Freeze, Yoshi!
Ezo.
Whatever. Been keeping yourself busy?
I'll be out of lockup within the hour.
Your little skin job friend's gonna take up a collection to bail you out, or you got it saved up?
Maybe I got friends in high places.
Yeah, and if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. What are you doing here, Slim?
I was gonna ask you the same thing.
I've been tracking this boy for a week. He thinks he's pretty clever. He's a material witness in a case I'm working. In fact, your best buddy's a replicant, isn't he? The big guy with the dreadlocks. What's his name again?
Hallucinate often?
That's okay. You'll be giving him up to me soon enough. I can handle it from here, Slim. Why don't you go buy yourself a lollipop? Something else to suck on.
Very clever.
But I wasn't trying to be.
Hey.
You're horning in on my action, rookie. Take a stroll.
That's impossible. That's...
Hmm. Nothing else there.
You hear anything yet about that drag?
No, if you...
I was fresh out of Leeds. Poking around Hawker's circle had been a waste of time. I had nothing to connect this Ezo character to the Eisendaler murder. But if the replicants had done in one Tyrell scientist, maybe they'd go after another. And the subcontractors down on DNA Row didn't have Tyrell security to protect them.
Messy up there, isn't it?
I may have more questions.
Yes, sir.
Your floor 88. Hawker's Circle. China Bar.
That guy sure gets around.
Give me a hard copy of that.
Portrait of the sleep-deprived. Here you go.
Your floor...
Roof.
Hey.
Go home and get some rest. I'm sure you need it.
Hey.
You killed anyone yet?
Hey.
You killed any...
What you do, huh?
Excuse me.
Deliveries to where?
LPD, I got a couple of questions.
Talk, always talk. You wait, you no take up time. Busy.
Marcus Eisendaler is dead.
Okay, we talk. Quick, come. What you want?
You were close to Eisendaler?
Eisendaler? No time for him. No go to lab. Eisendaler test off-world gravity to work important organs. Visual center, you see?
Marcus is dead.
To work hard all night, all day, no stop, no break, no OT.
Did you hear me?
Of course I hear you. You think I'm deaf? Your time more important, huh? Eisendaler dead. Miraji may be dead. You out chasing skirts.
Miraji?
You eat supper with Miraji every night, no fail. Sometimes Chinese, sometimes Indian, sometimes home-cooked. Sometimes we go up and eat with twins.
Miraji didn't show? Did you call him?
Hey, call. I knocked. 10 minutes ago, door locked. No answer. Where you come from, huh?
What?
Nothing.
Tell me this.
Hey, wait. LPD, you there for something, huh? LPD? I'm very busy. Eyes won't wait for nothing.
Tell me this.
I'm very...
Hey, pal.
What's shaking, baby? Haven't I seen you around these parts before?
Could be. I get around.
You ever get down to Nightclub Row, you ought to check out my act. I'm just warming up the room, but it's better than a kick in the pants, you dig?
What kind of stuff do you do?
What kind of... You kidding, baby? I do it all! I am the direct extension of Frankie, Sammy D, and Dino Martini.
Who?
Man, you really must be dozing in Squaresville if you're asking who the voice is. You know, old Blue Eyes. The chairman of the board? Sinatra, man.
The guy's been dead for 20 years.
Well, you're gonna remember the name Gordo Frizz just like old Blue Eyes. I ain't on the Marquis of Early's just yet, but it's coming, I promise you.
You seen any suspicious-looking people around here?
Hell no. I mean, a lot of wackos cool their heels down here, but they're anything but suspicious.
Excuse me. I recognized the logo on the envelope. It was definitely Runsitter's Animal Sales, but I didn't expect to find hundreds of chinion inside. I didn't know what it was for, but I'd bet the farm it wasn't on Runsitter's books. The vid phone was one of those old Zenith jobs, the last electronic tech that was still produced on this continent, in Mexico to be exact. No wonder the sucker was on the blink. I've gotten all I can from that.
About 30 counts of animal murder and one of aggravated assault.
Howie Lee's. Bryant once got food poisoning there, so he shut it down for a couple of months. Now it was always good for a freebie. Someone had tried to access a bunch of protected files. The dog collar has a name on it. The dog collar has a name on it. Ricky, maybe?
She came to me with a reference from Ogilvy's in the Northwest Zone, and he's a very reputable wholesaler.
There were off-world rifles here and more. Grenades, explosives, modern rifles, even some police-issue restricted weaponry. Ezo wasn't some small-time fence, but a big-time arms dealer.
This woman says she saw that kid who worked for Runsiter hanging around with a big fat guy last week.
I recognized the logo on the envelope. It was definitely Runsitter's Animal Sales, but I didn't expect to find hundreds of...
What's going on? Who did this?
Help me, sir. Please, help me. It is going to blow.
Load. Okay.
What's going on? Who did this?
Help me, sir. Please, help me. It is going to blow.
What's going...
Help me, sir.
Wait, maybe I can disarm it.
No! There is no time. And he said, if you touch it...
What's going...
Help me. Run! Run!
Hold on, an ambulance will be coming.
You must warn the twins. Up there. Up the stairs.
The twins? Did they do this?
No. Tall man with... and another with beard.
What did they want?
The DNA information took. God forgive me. Don't live about the twins.
Don't shoot. McCoy, Rep Detect, BR 61661.
What do you know about this?
Got a dead man here. Victim of an explosion. His name was Miraji. He was able to give me a description of the two perps just before he bought the farm.
Yeah? They skin jobs? Or you just in the right place at the wrong time?
I'm practically waxing their tails, officer. I'm that close. But I don't have a lot of time. You mind,
mopping up here? Just do me a favor and kick some rep ass, okay? It's high time someone got them illegals off the street.
Appreciate it.
This is 32 Sector 3 reporting a homicide, possible act of terrorism.
Don't miss anything.
There ain't nothing left, Detective.
You got a sheet or something we could cover them with?
Nah, nothing. Cold Cup boys have been dragging ass.
The guy who'd set the bomb had been sloppy. He kept the charge small enough to leave the wall standing. If he just wanted to take out Miraji, this was overkill. If my instincts were right, he was the same Joker who lit up the Tyrell building. Dangerous, but still an amateur.
Locked. No way through here. I've gotten all I can from that.
The guy who'd set the bomb had been sloppy.
No. Tall man with dreadlocks. The bomber. And another with beard. Piercing eyes. The DNA information. Oh, God, forgive me.
Kingston Kitchens. Where have I heard that before?
Describe them for me again.
There was that Rastafarian fellow, and one of our ex-members showed up.
Who's that?
A Japanese man named Izo.
Why'd you get rid of him?
We're a pacifist organization, and we have rules. One of them is no weapons allowed. Izo refused to check in a samurai sword at the door during meetings.
Where can I find this Izo?
The detonator wire I pulled out of his skull told the whole story, but I wondered why the killer didn't just shoot him. The earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't know much about jewelry, but it looked like junk to me.
Of course I hear you. You think I'm deaf? Your time more important, huh?
The earring was shaped...
What you want? I'm busy.
Listen to me.
Busy. You not delivery man. You go away. Distraction all day. Loud noises on the street. Beep, beep, boom, boom, boom.
That'd be Dermo design burning to the ground.
Oh? What of Marathi?
He didn't make it.
You leave now, okay? Very busy. Must work.
You mentioned twins.
Yes. Luther and Lance. Siamese twins. Live about Marathi.
They're genetic designers?
Were. Till last month. Got the boot. Shit can.
From who?
Big boss. Who else? And if I didn't tell them, you go ask them. I waste no more time. You think I nose around everybody's business, huh?
What about this Lance? What kind of guy is he?
Why, he like Luther, only different. Don't know which.
That's so?
One long hair, talk a lot, always make deal. Other more quiet, work much harder.
What kind of deals?
Sell this, sell that, no matter what weather. Like salesman. Very hard to take, no trust, no way.
Did Lance sell something to Runsiter?
Who? Never heard of Runsiter. No time for charades. Sound like this, sound like that, look like this.
Miraji's some kind of DNA design?
Yeah, subcontractor like me. He funny though, like old movies. Miraji master chef. Twins go crazy when he cooks.
Sorry to bother you. I've gotten all I can.
Hello, Luther. Hello, Lance. You have no new messages and one saved voice-only message. Would you like to hear the saved message again?
Absolutely.
Hello, it's J.F. Sebastian. I hope you guys are all right. I tried to talk to Dr. Terrell about your reemployment, but I haven't been able to get through to him yet. He's kinda angry, and you know what a cool customer he is. I don't know what happened between you guys, but I'm still trying. If you want to get together, I'm still at the Bradbury. I'll be here all night.
Message saved automatically. To delete, please state your deletion security number.
Not right now. Thanks.
The pleasure's all ours at Sino Bell.
What you want?
What's Sebastian been up to?
Sebastian? He do what always do, nervous system. Very important to Dr. Terrell.
Where do I find him?
He had old building down alley. Bradbury Hotel, I think. You walk down alley, you find it.
It was some kind of freakish toy, half mechanical, half organic. Rep technology for sure, but no one was going to give me any retirement bonus for it. It was some kind of freakish toy, rep technology. It was some rep. More useless junk.
Resuming interrupted print job.
Nothing more to find. DNA research, incept dates, a lot of jargon, but I'd bet my spinner it was valuable to somebody.
Ja, den kenne ich. Ui. Einmal noch. Der dicken Ammo. Okay. Look.
That'll do, Sadiq.
Enough!
Oh, you think he found us, man?
One of the design subcons must have talked. Unstable personalities, to say the least.
Told you we should have blown up the old block.
It would have created problems down the line.
We got problem now, man.
This one? He's not a problem. He's an opportunity. You're weak, my friend. I expected so much more from you.
I'm thinking our brother not hearing too good.
Oh, he hears us. Isn't that right, McCoy?
You ready to give up fruitless nightmare, man? Come back to family?
He doesn't have a choice. He never did.
Let me kill him, man.
No.
We got no time to be patient. The gal, she's sick. She not gonna get no better.
That's where you're wrong, Sadiq. She will live.
Maybe. But this one, he got it coming bad.
Believe me, he's the least of our problems.
You're talking crazy. The hunter be dangerous.
A fool sees not the same tree a wise man sees.
I'm no fool, man.
You must have a little faith, my friend. Without contraries, there's no progression.
How can you trust any of their kind?
We have been manipulated by them, correct? Now they're going to see exactly what lies on the other side of the horizon.
Catch me if you can!
How long have I been here, Lucy?
How do you know my name?
I saw your things at Runciter's. Did you feel bad when they killed those animals?
They were so pretty and sweet. I hoped Father wouldn't do it. But Mr. Runciter deserved retribution. That's what Father said.
Why?
'Cause he treated me bad. Like I belonged to him.
I'm sorry.
Are you really the hunter? Like Father says?
It's my job.
Why? What do you have against us?
Nothing, it's just the law.
Would you hurt me?
I promise you I won't.
Father will be back soon.
Hey, 'cause I got a feeling something's up. My ribs still hurt, and at least 2 teeth were loose. Sadiq was a tough customer, but he just didn't act like a rep. I got in at least 1 good shot, and he definitely felt it. A Nexus 6 wouldn't have even blinked.
The shell casings from Runciter should be in the Museum of Military History. They're from an Ender rifle. It's standard issue off-world military hardware, heavy caliber. That
Darüber. Bruh. What?
It felt and smelled like real cheese. Dairy products were choice contraband, scarce and mucho expensive. Selling them was a Class A felony. Hysteria Hall was an arcade down near Nightclub Row. Strange. Nothing else there. Nothing else there.
You let him in my room?
They had a warrant, mister. What was...
Oh, shit.
I didn't know who was working this side of the pool, but whoever it was, they'd been pretty thorough going through the joint. I doubted if there was anything I could find that hadn't already been snagged and bagged. Nothing. Nothing.
Detalhe.
You let him in my room?
They had a warrant, mister. What was I supposed to do?
They took my pictures.
Couldn't stop them.
How about me? You think I'm easy to stop? Who the hell are you?
McCoy, LPD.
LPD, huh? Maybe you guys can return something to me.
How do you know we got it?
One of your own. Invaded my property. Bad haircut. Stupid coat. The other guy.
What other guy?
Don't play dumb.
What about him?
Nothing. I just thought you were gonna arrest me, that's all.
I don't care about your little run-in with the manager, okay? I'm looking for a couple of replicants.
Can't help you there, friend.
Maybe the clerk can tell me who was renting that room back there. Why were you hassling him?
You let these creeps in my room. I'm a very private person.
What do they got against you?
Nothing, friend. I ain't done nothing.
We're all innocents, aren't we?
Damn straight. And I don't like people asking questions either.
Just help me out here a little more. You seen a big Rasta guy around here? Or a guy with a beard and dark eyes?
A Rasta? What's that?
He's got dreadlocks. Talks with an accent.
Oh. No, I ain't seen no one like that. Look, my mother's waiting for me. You stick around. Maybe the manager will come back.
It felt and smelled like real cheese. Dairy products were choice selling. Hysteria Hall was an arcade down.
Strange.
Warum mache ich da einsammle?
I didn't know, but who The wrapper was from a vendor I knew. Best liking dogs in the 4th sector. That wasn't saying a whole lot, but with an arcade next door and a dozen nightclubs down the street, Mia and Murray's stand saw more action in a night than my spinster aunt saw all last century. The car looked a lot like the one I'd been tracking. The driver had been smart enough to pull the license plate, but the vehicle identification number was still there. If I ran it through the mainframe back at the station, I could ID the owner.
Mainframe and shooting range.
During his last election campaign, Governor Kolvig promised a bold new plan of action to clean up the worst regions of the highly toxic debris that surrounds our city, the so-called kipple. Just how much progress has been made since then? We spoke to the governor just before his weekly meeting with the city council.
Our studies have shown that the kipple's effect upon Los Angeles is minor. The radiation and toxic waste is contained in relatively small pockets, all miles distant from the city center. Nevertheless, cleaning things up out there is a worthwhile goal, especially with the thousands of specials living on the city fringes. For now, all I can say is that we're looking at several options, and I'm sure everyone will be pleasantly surprised by our final proposal.
Uploading personal clue.
The mainframe confirmed what I'd already guessed. The car from Chinatown was the same vehicle that had smacked the hydrant at Runciter's. The car was registered to a man named Gavin Kelly, but he'd reported it stolen 2 months ago. His file came up clean. Model citizen, a doctor, no criminal record. I was back to square one.
Moon bus.
That guy sure gets around. Give me a hard copy of that. That can't be me. Give me a hard copy of that. You keeping busy?
Nah, the place has been pretty quiet.
Hit the lock.
Boah,
Jim.
hier.
I guess.
Target and shoot. Do not confirm.
Junge, die schießt instant.
Completed sequence.
Yo, main tank. Jo, der stirbt nicht.
Completed sequence.
What? Ja! Oh nein, GG, it's over.
Completed sequence.
Junge, ist das hart. Bastard, Bastard.
Completed all sequence.
Nice.
Roof.
Bin ich?
It was the prick still. He said Pat doesn't have a mink coat. She's got a good Republican cloth coat. That's all.
You're wrong, sweetie. It was Herbert Hoover.
I'm sorry, but I was there.
Well, if anything, you were all of 3 years old back then.
I still remember it, like it was yesterday.
And he said fur coat, not mink. I saw it on the Discovery disc.
Echt das?